Occasionally, a trip isn't just a trip, and a holiday isn't as simple as just getting away from it for a while. This is one of those times, and I'm going to tell you why. If you're interested in more videos about my adventures across reading, watching, playing and travelling, please don't hesitate to like this video and subscribe. Even better, post a comment, as they're pretty much the lifeblood of this channel. At the end of March, I booked a Canadian Rockies trip. This is a pretty big thing, as I set a goal in 2018 not for Florida to be my primary holiday. In truth, I set a goal not to go to Florida in 2018, so it didn't become a habit. But I did compromise, and I ended up just settling on the fact that I would go to Florida as long as it wasn't my main trip of the year. This Canadian Rockies trip isn't just an average trip. The Canadian Rockies trip is a line in the sand for changing my life a bit. And those changes are coming in a few ways. The biggest change is the fact I'm going on this holiday at all. This is the first trip I'm going on which is 100% happening entirely because I'm now single. Going to the Canadian Rockies, it's suffice to say I don't think this trip would have flown when I was married. Whenever I tried more adventurous elements on my holidays when I was married, it just never really happened. They never really got fully committed to, and therefore it was a bit of a one-sided thing, so they never actually happened. This isn't to say I'm frustrated or angry about that. It is a natural outcome of being married and compromising on the things you both want to do. Because let's face it, when you're married and you go on holiday, you focus on the memories you can share together, and that is perfectly fine because that's what it's all about. At the same time, I'm not married now, so I can do whatever I want. While the solo Disney World trip was a marker in the sand in terms of my recovery from the separation from my wife, the Canadian Rockies is a different sort of marker. It's sort of a marker of the end point of that journey. Taking control, doing exactly what I want in a holiday, and I'll admit it, quite luckily, Jack wants to do it as well. As I've stated recently, I have accepted that this channel is largely about my life. It's actually quite liberating. It gives me the focus to put the content through, and it's working out quite well, even though it's early days since I made that decision. On that basis, the Canadian Rockies trip is really the end point of a journey. It is sort of the conclusion. And that journey is one to be fitter and more active. Let's get this straight. I'm not going to be joining Ironman contests anytime soon, but my life is ridiculously sedentary, and I'm trying to change that in small, great ways. Basically, I want to raise my overall stamina and my overall body strength without necessarily focusing on being Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the Rockies trip is an end point in this journey because I want to be able to enjoy that holiday without constantly being out of breath, too tired, and not being able to get the maximum out of it. So in line with that, we now have the Rockies Ready video series. The content of these videos will be typical sort of stuff, covering my preparation and journey to going to the Canadian Rockies. It will include how I'm feeling about it and the planning, any stuff I've purchased in order to make the trip successful, and of course my fitness journey as we count down the months, weeks and days to getting on the plane. In line with that, I'm making any Nature's Theme Park videos I film Rockies Ready videos, as I do various nature's walks to increase my fitness and as part of the mosaics of stuff I'm trying to do. In terms of the Nature's Theme Park videos, I will still post them in the Nature's Theme Park playlist in order to keep things smooth and clear. I have already decided to do a pretty crazy thing in terms of my fitness journey. At this point, I'm beginning to think it's too damn crazy and I shouldn't have gone for it at this early in the journey. But that's another video. I'm hoping you can join me on this journey and keep me on track through the comments. Be my conscience of sorts. And then of course at the end of the journey we all get to celebrate with my Canadian Rockies trip, which I am really looking forward to. You just can't fathom how much I'm looking forward to that trip. Thanks for listening. Please consider liking and subscribing. Until next time.